24 luckiest people caught on camera. In this world, there are some things that people often cannot escape. No matter how much they consciously resist, whatever must come will also come. We often joke that it is a tribulation that we need to tackle. However, sometimes there are people who get through dangerous situations with unbelievable luck, like miraculous escapes. No one can imagine the moments they experienced from death. Let's step into with us to discover the luckiest people caught on camera. Number 1. Tractor nearly ran over cyclist. A man on a bicycle hit a tractor. However, it did not stop for him to pass but continued on. It seemed that the driver was blocked from view, so he could not see the cyclist asking for directions. The impact caused the cyclist to fall to the road while the bicycle was running over. Fortunately, the man was safe. Number 2. A group of pedestrians almost died after being hit by a car. A group of pedestrians are crossing the street together. They happily talk to each other without knowing what was about to happen to them. A car was turning left towards a group of pedestrians when suddenly another car came and hit it. The impact sent the other car around, and the door looked like it was about to fall out, almost hit the pedestrians. The car not stopped when it was on the sidewalk nearby. It's a scary situation, isn't it? Number 3. Almost hit by a train. The situation captures the scene of a man holding a camera while rewatching his surroundings. It seems that he was a new tourist and curious to record interesting experiences during his trip. At the same time, a train passed by, and the smoke was so thick that it was impossible to see anything behind. As soon as he looked around clearly, another ship rushed over. The man didn't have time to dodge and was still standing. Perhaps he didn't know what was going on behind him. The train passed him very quickly. Aware of what had just happened, the man regained his senses because he was too scared. Surely this will be an unforgettable moment for him. Number 4. Almost got into an accident while walking across the street. 2 cars were waiting for traffic lights very seriously on the road. At the same time, a man hurriedly ran across the street to go to work. It seemed that he got up late, so he was going to be late for work. Suddenly, a passenger car rushed from afar and hit a car waiting for a red light. The impact was so strong that the car sped towards the man who was walking. He quickly ran as fast as he could to get out of this critical situation. Fortunately, he was able to run over in time and escape. It's quite a thrill, isn't it? Number 5. The lucky man escaped from the car. The man was walking very relaxed on the street. From a distance, an out-of-control car sped towards him at unbelievable speed. Fortunately, he saw the dangerous situation in time and quickly ran to the side to dodge. This car just went straight ahead without any intention of stopping. The man must have been really lucky to escape such an accident in time. Number 6. Lucky escape from the iron bar. The worker was doing his job as usual. He tied the rope to the iron rod for the crane to take away. As soon as he stepped out of the first observation position, the iron bar suddenly fell to the floor. Those who witnessed this scene could not help but be shocked because they had miraculously escaped death. After this incident, the worker must worship to his ancestors for blessing him with such good luck, right? Number 7. Baby escaped death thanks to dad's agility. The baby was happily playing with his parents when suddenly the excavator rushed over. Realizing that the situation was too dangerous, the father promptly ran out to pull his son out. The bulldozer lost control and damaged many bicycles around. Fortunately, this collision did not cause any injuries. Without the agility and alertness of the father, the child would have been run over by an excavator at some point. The baby in this video is really lucky, isn't it? Number 8. Car is pierced by a tree trunk. The video captures the scene of a vehicle traveling on very rough, rocky terrain. It was trying to get out of a large trench. People were filming because the drivers looked so skilled. The car ran over a large tree, then suddenly the tree was swept into and punctured the car. Fortunately, the occupants of the car were not injured, but they were still shocked by the surprise. The Grim Reaper must have fallen asleep in this situation, so the two people in the car were unharmed. Number 9. The boy who was blown away by the wind. The boy was going out to repair his tent. Suddenly, a strong wind blew the tent away. Despite trying to hold on, the man was eventually blown away by a strong wind, both the tent and himself, but luckily he returned safely. Number 10. Talking to each other, almost getting hit by a car. Two Indian men are conversing, very focused on the sidewalk. Not far away, a truck pulled up. It would stop, but unexpectedly, the car drove straight towards the two men and smashed that was parked on the side of the road. The two quickly ran out of there. They were lucky because they were able to avoid the dangerous situation in time. It's only a pity that the motorbike had to buy a new one, but if it was run over like that, it would definitely be damaged. Number 11. Escape death from a lost car. A car while going uphill suddenly lost control and hit a cameraman to the ground. A person standing nearby was also knocked over. Not only that, the car continued to run over both men and then stopped. Fortunately, they were lucky to escape. It's just too dangerous. Number 12. The boy was lucky to escape from the collapsed ceiling. The boy was sitting on the floor, watching TV intently. It seemed that this was a favorite program. Suddenly, the ceiling fell a very short distance from the boy's seat. Because he was so scared, the boy cried and ran to call his parents. It was an unbelievable escape situation. No one would dare to think that sitting in the safety of the house would encounter such a terrible thing. Number 13. The man almost got hit by a car. The camera recorded a man walking on the sidewalk. Suddenly, he rushed down the road, confusing the audience. Immediately after, a car that lost control sped up to where he was just standing. It must have collided somewhere and then rushed here because part of the car was broken, making the door look like it was about to fall out. And the lucky man was still shocked because he might have almost died if he hadn't run down the street quickly. Number 14. Almost died because the train passed by. The camera captures the scene of a railway train lowering the safety bar. Not long after that, an iron train passed by at a very fast speed. From behind, an unnoticed man dashed forward to try to cross the track, but fortunately he stopped in time, or else he would have been hit by a train. The dangerous situation caused the man to fall out because he was so scared. Number 15. Miraculous escape from falling concrete block. I don't know why the guy in the video was sitting at the door like that. It seemed that he forgot his house key, so he was waiting for someone to open the door for him. Suddenly, he leaned forward again and accidentally avoided the concrete block falling from above. This was the miraculous escape from death, right? Number 16. Almost death while refueling. The dashcam of a vehicle recorded the scene of a dump truck crossing the road. Due to being so surprised, the driver of this car made a sharp turn, causing the car to hit. The impact was so strong that both cars were broken. The man standing at the gas station was also almost hit. Fortunately, he was able to avoid it in time. After his death escape, he still had not stopped trembling. He just miraculously escaped death. Number 17. The Luckiest crash. The camera recorded an image of a container truck suddenly steering to the left without any signal to ask for directions. Immediately after, a truck from the opposite direction hit this vehicle. The impact broke the truck's front end, and the driver was lucky to escape death by falling from the front of the vehicle. A situation that was too dangerous because of an unexpected turn without a signal. As for the other driver, it must have taken a lot of practice to get out of the car so safely. But this time, the car repair cost was also quite expensive, but it's okay. Number 18. The lucky girl escaped from the train. The girl in the video was laughing and joking with her friends on the outing. Immediately, she stuck her head out of the train window to take in the scenery. Behind her was another train approaching at high speed. Thankfully, she was alerted and pulled out. The girl was still shocked because she was lucky to escape death from the train crash. This was definitely a lesson for her because she deliberately poked her head out the window even though she knew it was too dangerous. Number 19. Escape from the collapsed door. The camera recorded a scene of a girl coming home from work. While waiting for the elevator, she pulled on the door next to the wall. All of a sudden, the door fell on her. But fortunately, the door was long enough and was blocked by the wall next to it. The shocked girl ran out of there and did not forget to look back at the scene. Maybe after this case, she didn't dare to be curious about miscellaneous things. Number 20. Lucky escape from a fallen tree. The camera captures a scene in a small corner of the spectrum with a few people walking back and forth. This was supposed to be a normal scene, but it wasn't. Suddenly a tree fell, and the woman in red, as if having a bad premonition, suddenly turned around to see the scary scene that was about to happen. She quickly dodged to the side. The tree immediately collapsed, much to the surprise of passers-by. Number 21. Lucky escape from the falling wall. The incident happened in China when a man came out of his house to wash some miscellaneous things. Suddenly, a piece of wall fell from the ceiling to where he was sitting. Fortunately, only a few hit in his back. Immediately after, everyone ran out of the house to check on the situation. The man was so scared and injured that he couldn't stand up straight and walk. It's quite a shock, isn't it? He will probably have to look back and forth very carefully in the future because nowhere is safe. Number 22. Almost death when not paying attention to cross the street. The man in the video crossed the street in such a hurry that he didn't pay any attention. Although a passenger car in front of him blocked his view, he still continued to rush across the road. Accidentally, a container truck in the opposite direction rushed. Fortunately, he was able to brake in time to avoid a situation of casualties. This case was true to the saying that we often say, be faster for 1 minute, be late for the whole life, right? So don't be in a hurry, like the young man in this video, to regret it later. Number 23. Lucky boy escaped death from the elevator. The guy just got into the elevator while surfing the phone very attentively. The elevator door opened, so he just walked in. Suddenly, the elevator moved to the top, and the door slammed shut, causing the guy to panic quickly and get out. This elevator was too dangerous to operate. After this incident, it must be repaired urgently to avoid danger to others, right? Number 24. Almost death when using the phone. Do you believe when you answer the phone and almost lose your life? Hard to believe, right? Then here is a prime example. The man in the clip was listening to the phone when suddenly a glass fell from above where he was standing. Fortunately, the man was not injured. He must be so lucky to be so lucky, isn't it? That is a compilation of the luckiest people in the world recorded by the camera. If you know any other cases, please share them with everyone in the comment section of this video. Goodbye for now and see you in the next videos on our channel.